On this episode of Toast History, we're doing William McKinley. So I thought, you know what, best way to start is to, hey, go up to the bar and get my beer. Bartender, your finest beer.
Now that's good history.
Episode 1, on a Toast to History, I decided to go with William McKinley. Why? It's his birthday! Everybody deserves a toast on their birthday. You ready for this, Bill? He hates when I call him Bill. William McKinley, 25th President of the United States from Ohio, born in Niles, Ohio, an hour away from here. Veteran of the Civil War, he will be our last president who was involved in the Civil War. One of McKinley's greatest accomplishments was he brought Hawaii into the United States. Now, he couldn't bring him in as a state. He brought him in as a U.S. territory. He tried to get him to become a state, but he ended up being assassinated. And later, they would eventually become a state, but it would be Eisenhower who brought them in. President McKinley had a lot of firsts for his presidency, like other presidents. He was the first to travel in a motor car or iron carriage. He was the first person to use his telephone for his campaign. So when you're sitting there in an afternoon after a long day of work, and someone dials the phone, you pick up and they're like, "Oh, hi, sir. We'd like to poll you and see who you're going to be voting for come this November." Blame him. Courteously. He was the first president to have an inauguration on film. And when you're watching your favorite show, and it's about to get to the end, and we're about to find out who the murderer is, or it's the final kiss for your romantics, or it's like, that cliffhanger that you've been waiting to see, and all of a sudden it breaks. Now we would like to introduce you and bring you to the inauguration of the President of the United States. It was you. McKinley's wife, Ida, hated the color yellow. She removed all yellow from the White House, even the flowers in the garden. She was happy. He was happy. I don't know if he liked yellow or not, but it didn't matter. He is featured on the $500 bill. I would show you a picture, but when I looked in my wallet, I had no $500 bills on me, so you have to look that one up for yourselves. He also had a pet that he named Washington Post. I wonder where he got that idea. And he also was claimed to sing Yankee Doodle. I don't know if I can sing Yankee Doodle, and he taught a parrot how to do it. Now, that's impressive. McKinley was also known for his front porch campaign. Now, that's pretty easy to figure out. Front porch campaign. Where most presidents today, they travel from state to state to acquire electoral votes. He walked out his front door, sat on his porch, and gave speeches. So, he was the most famous person to do it, but also people who were known for it: James A. Garfield, Benjamin Harrison, Warren G. Harding. It must have been an Ohio thing. We're not going to do all that traveling. Hey, you want a speech? Come to me. Before President McKinley, we already lost two presidents' assassination. Of course, Abraham Lincoln and James A. Garfield. Now, at this point, the United States is thinking, we might want to start protecting our presidents. We had a very small kind of crew to try and take care of McKinley. But in its outset, McKinley didn't like it because he thought it kept him away from the people. It kind of smothered it, and he didn't like the extra security. So when it came to the expedition in Buffalo, he decided, I don't want them next to me when I'm doing this line. I'm the people's president. I want to be close to the people. So on his left, he kept the head of the expedition to kind of keep us through the line and tell me who I'm then shaking hands. And on the right, his own personal secretary. They're going through the line. He's shaking hands, shaking hands, shaking hands. He sees a guy with a handkerchief on his hand. So in order not to hurt his hand, he goes with his left hand, pulls him in. How you doing? He shoots him twice in the gut. Even as he's falling, he says, "Don't hurt the man," because of course they mobbed him immediately. And then he passed out. They got together the best medical team that they had available, which was a very ragtag, let's hurry up and get the best guys we got. An OBGYN ended up doing the surgery to remove the bullet. They found one bullet. They were unable to find the second. But he was getting better. So they're like, okay, maybe he'll be all right. Days later, gangrene developed around the bullets. He died 8 days later. And we lost him, our 25th president, William McKinley, President of the United States. Very sad, very tragic. Theodore Roosevelt will take over for him. And many people were unhappy about this. They're like, wow, now that damn cowboy's president. We'll go over that later this year. Say the juicy stuff for all you conspiracy theorists out there. President McKinley loved carnations. That is true. We have that. He always kept a carnation in his lapel. We have that. We know that's a fact. But on that particular assassination day, he thinks they're lucky. He has his carnation like he does all the time. And as they're going through the line, he's shaking hands. This little girl comes up to him. He sees the little girl and he's so awestruck with this little girl. He takes his carnation and he takes out and he gives it to the little girl to make her smile and moves her through the line. Seconds later, he will be assassinated. Was the carnation lucky? Did it have anything to do with it? If he has carnation, would the guy have missed? Would it have misfired? We don't know. But it's fun to contemplate. In closing, what we know about William McKinley is he was a man who brought the presidency into the modern era. Last president that served in the Civil War. First president to use the telephone for a campaign. First one to ride in a car. He saw so much in his little time frame. To William McKinley, 30 minutes down the road in Canton, Ohio. I've gone to your museum many times. I plan on going many more. I've gone to your monument many times, and the stairs are killer, but I eventually get up them. But to William McKinley, happy birthday, Mr. President. That's good history.